going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Ross Reviews, where today we are in one of Wolfsburg's finest. This is a 2018 Volkswagen Golf R Special Edition. So yes, this one is a little bit more special. Only 400 of these made it here to Australia, and what makes it special is that it gets a titanium exhaust fitted. It gets a better sound system fitted in here. It also gets nicer 19-inch rims, plus some bigger stopping power up front. But other than that, and maybe some badging, you don't get much else. Unfortunately, you don't get any horsepower upgrades. This still has the same 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo, makes about 294 horsepower and like 295 pound-foot of torque. This has got the 7-speed DSG gearbox. If you want something a little bit more connective, I would recommend the manual, though if you want to do this, get the DSG. Now, just before we continue, if you are new here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you do get updated on all our weekly uploads. And just jumping straight into the speed segment here, this car is quick. Obviously we've got, the 4-wheel drive system here with the DSG gearbox. It really puts the power down quite significantly. The 0 to 100 time, I believe, is claimed around like the 4.5, 4.8 seconds, somewhere around there. This thing does feel quick, and just from that launch you've seen there, it's a handful. It's definitely not so much of a handful as something like, the Civic Type R or even the Focus RS. But again, this car, when you really get into her, it's a lot of fun. It really is, actually. Another good point with this car is that they really detune this from factory. So Volkswagen, it's something like 292 horsepower, something like this. If you take this car right now, let's go to a reputable tuner, say you want to get a stage 1 tune. Literally do nothing to this car but get a stage 1 tune, crack into the computer of this thing. You're going to unlock like 70, 75 horsepower easy. So straight away, you've just upped this car to like 370 horsepower, and that is a significant gain. So, for little money it is to tune one of these things, you can have yourself a mighty little hot hatch here. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And the grip is there, it's phenomenal. Now, Volkswagen practically invented the hot hatch with the original 1974 Golf GTI. That car really went like wildfire and just started a global trend. Hot hatches for the past 50 years have just been so desirable, so much fun. And up until 2013, Volkswagen has sold over 30 million units, which is absolutely mental. I can't see why this car is so popular, because it's a nice place to be in here. It's relatively almost borderlining on a luxury car, though it does sometimes seem to lack a little bit of character. It is very modern in here. It's quite sleek. A lot of people will like it, but it does kind of lack that something special. Now let's get into the sound question here. So we're in race mode, manual mode. And I gotta say, it actually does sound pretty good. Now this does have that special Titanium exhaust, like we said, in the special edition model here, and it really does give you a lot more drama than the standard Golf R. I will say though, still, I don't think it sounds quite as nice as the i30N, and I don't think it sounds quite as nice as the Focus RS, because this does sort of have that traditional DSG fart at the end of the gear change like the CLA 45 has, which they do sound good, but not quite as special as the actual bangs and crackles the Focus RS and sort of the i30N have. Handling in this car is really, really good. It's the simplest way you can put it. This car actually drives like it is on rails. This 4Motion all-wheel drive really does a phenomenal job. You can flat foot this car basically on any corner, and the grip is absolutely phenomenal. It really does remind me of the CLA 45 again, because having that four-wheel drive system with the DSG box, it's just so quick. The good thing as well with this particular Golf R, we've got the adaptive suspension, so you chuck this into comfort mode, it really does soften up. You can daily this car quite easily. It's a very comfortable car around town when it's in its comfort setting. The steering is a little bit soft, I'm not gonna lie, though in race mode, you do get a little bit of feedback, though it's nothing insane. To me, honestly, driving this car, I feel like I'm driving a Volkswagen CLA 45. And there really is no other way of putting it. These cars feel basically identical to me. The CLA 45 does have more power on paper, and I do think the launch in the CLA 45 is more violent. But when I drive these cars, on this B road here, and you really put your foot into her, it's basically like driving the same car. I would think that the CLA 45, it does have a sort of sportier interior, with the bucket AMG race seats and that, though this car is probably the better one for practicality and comfort. Now, practicality, well, this is really where the Golf R shines, as it really is a nice practical vehicle with loads of room in here, easily can sit up to 4 adults comfortably. It's almost borderlining a luxury vehicle in here. It really is, especially the way this special edition has been spec'd out. It's got basically every safety and adaptive cruise, whatever you want to have feature is pretty well in this car, though I will say the reverse camera is shockingly bad for this money. It is a decent car that will do everything. And when you want to save a bit of fuel, chuck her into eco mode, take it easy on that throttle, and this thing will put down a claimed 7.2 liters per 100 Ks, which is absolutely phenomenal. So, this car is actually quite economical, and again, chuck it into race mode, give it a launch, and it's still a lot of fun. Now, price. The special edition, like this one, from new, would have set you back about 62,000 Australian bucks. Big price tag, yes, but it's only about $5,000 more than the regular Golf R, so it's probably warranted. Now, as for used Golf Rs, the prices vary a lot due to age, condition, and modifications. Generally, though, the bottom of the barrel sits around that 20K mark, and up top, well-looked after ones go for upwards of 50 grand. If you were to honestly give me $40,000 to $50,000 to purchase a hot hatch right now, the one I'm going to go out and get is the Focus RS MK2. Here in Australia, they sort of cost around that $35,000 to $40,000 mark, and although they're an old car nowadays, they've got so much soul, so much character, and to me personally, they're the most fun I've ever had in a hot hatch. Now, if we were going to do a car that you wanted to live with every day, you know, maybe you had a small family or something, then that's where the Golf R really does come into the equation here. You know, it is a lot of money here, you know, 50, 60 grand for these. But yeah, I guess if you want to go quick, you don't want to pay that premium for the Mercedes. Get the Golf R, I guess. But if you want a proper, you know, scare you hot hatch, go one of the Focus RSs, I reckon. Even the i30N, if you want to budget and have a proper fun hot hatch, go an i30N on a budget, because yeah, this car is magnificent. It's great. It is blisteringly fast, but does it have a lot of soul and character? No, not really. Is it very expensive? Yes, it is. This really is the problem with this car, is that it's just good at everything, but lacks that bit of character, a bit of soul. I still love this car. I just think it's a great car, and to anyone who owns one, it's a beautiful ride. It's, you know, it makes it for a very fun daily, very fun little hot hatch. But is it that special king of the hot hatches? I really don't think so. And on that note, I'm going to finish the video off here today. So a massive thank you to Car Giant WA once again for allowing me to take out this Golf R Special Edition. This is for sale currently on the lot. So if any of you are interested, a link will be in the description below. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit that like button. Consider subscribing if you're new here. And we'll see you on that next video.